Welcome to Marriage Is Podcast. I'm your host, Mackenzie Williams. I got my brother in here with me today. Special dude. He's a businessman. He's a son. He's a father. He's a brother. He's an uncle. He's everything. Without further ado, help me welcome to the show my brother, Sherman Merricks. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to chat today.
We're show, man. We just gonna sit down. We're gonna talk a little bit.
Okay.
Just talking about being a husband, you know? Like, it's just, I feel like we don't have a platform where we can just talk, chop it up, and get a younger generation a little bit of wisdom on what it is to be a husband and the ups and downs of marriage, man, because a lot of people want that wedding, but they ain't ready to be a husband or a wife.
I agree.
You know, and so we just gonna chop it up, but just talk to us a little bit about, you know, your upbringing, where you come from, who you are, all that type of stuff.
Definitely. So, Sherman Merricks, I've been married for next week. Next week it'll be 20 years.
Ooh.
I've been married for 20
That's
years.
a milestone.
I'm 42, so we got married 22, fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Now a little bit about my upbringing. I grew up single mom. Dad wasn't around. So it was sort of, I think for me, it was sort of innate, right? Like, I knew early on, because that was only, you know, in my community and my project that I grew up in, there was only, man, a couple dudes that had their mama and their daddy there.
Yeah.
And piece of me just always wanted that, like always, you know, just like, dang, look, I gotta be cool, daddy there, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I knew from a young age, like, I want to get married, I want to stay married.
Yeah.
Because I had some people in my family get married, but none of them stayed married.
True.
Right? So, you know, me growing up, I was just like, all right, whenever I get married, like, this thing gonna be forever. So for me, marriage was something that I always wanted. Something I always, like, I didn't totally understand, like you saying, like, I want to be married. I didn't totally understand it because, you know, now having been in for 20 years, it is definitely better than you think.
Yeah.
But it's much harder than you think too.
Now let's go back real quick, because you said you always wanted it, like, from just being a kid.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, what age would you say you really started thinking about marriage? Because I know me, I ain't even think about getting married. You know what I'm saying? So growing up as a kid, even though my mama was married, she's married to my dad who raised me, who's not my biological dad. Yeah. But he raised me, right? And so I'm 36. They've been married 33 years. Oh. Right? And so I never thought about that growing up, though. So talk to me a little bit about, like, how you was thinking about your thought process as a kid, just seeing why you wanted to be married.
Yeah, so I think for me, like, you know, if I look back, Judah's probably 11. So Judah's my youngest. And I would think around that age when I really started getting outside of my, you know, my little family circle, I started noticing, again, I played basketball.
Yep.
So playing basketball, when we would go to things and we would travel, I would notice that, man, look, this kid got his mama and his daddy here. You know, like, my mom would make a lot of things, some things she couldn't make.
Right.
And it was just something I wanted. Like, man, I want to be there for my kids like that. Like,
sure.
I want to. So again, not seeing that example around, I was just like, all right.
Okay.
And again, I've always been sort of a forward thinker, so I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna break this curse. Like, when I get married, I may mess it up big time. Yeah. But I'm gonna chase my wife to the end of the earth, so she ain't gonna better leave me. We ain't getting no divorce and all that. Yeah. So yeah, I would say probably around, you know, middle school, it really started hitting me, because started moving around, I really started seeing, you know, families, like families with mama, daddy, and I'm just like, man, that gotta be it right there. Like, I want that.
No,
so
that's what's up. Like, 'cause, man, that's impressive for a middle schooler, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not today's day and age, you know, that's probably a little bit more prevalent because you can see it, social media, you can see it in different places. But, like, for me, like I said, man, it wasn't even a thought for me. Yeah. Getting married, because, you know, I grew up with some people, man.
Yeah.
And you know, my upbringing, you know, I had people in my family that was married, but
correct.
You know what I'm saying? Correct. So it wasn't like they was faithful all the time, and so I saw different things. And so the way I was brought up is really, just to be transparent, was, you know, my uncles and they brought me up and it's like, hey, tell a girl whatever you want to tell her to get whatever you want. Yep. And now that I look back and I got my wife, and I'm like, man, that totally messed my psyche up, right? Because that's not how God created us. That's not how God created marriage, right? And so a little background on me, man, I saw porn for the first time when I was 9 years old,
Mm.
and so that messed my psyche up.
Yeah.
Right, because I saw women in a totally different light than I should have been seeing them. Right, and my first interaction with a female in that sense was at 9 years old,
Yeah.
watching porn.
Yeah.
And so now I got that, and then I got my uncles and all them, you know what I'm
Pushing
saying? They
you.
pushing
Yep.
this agenda to be a player and do all this and all that, right? And so I'm like, man, like I'm unlearning a lot of the stuff that I was taught growing up, you know, and I'm still unlearning it. I'm
Yeah.
still unlearning, man. And I'm 11 years in, about to be 12 years in September, and I'm still having to unlearn the things that I was taught. And so I always like to give a little background for me, you know, and how I became who I was in my thought process too. But like I said, man, middle school, I wasn't thinking about marriage because it just wasn't. It wasn't pushed.
Yeah.
You know, in my community, in my house. Even though my mama was married, you know, I got a black mom. My stepdaddy, my daddy who raised me, he white.
Got you.
And let's just be real, like strong black women, they tend to overpower.
Yeah.
You know, and be a little overbearing. And so I didn't really see an example of what a husband was, because he always just did whatever my mama said do. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't, you know, it ain't no knock to him or my mama. It was just they did what they knew.
Correct.
You know, but that ain't how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, it's funny you say that, because I don't, again, growing up the way I did, I didn't necessarily see great marriages, right? It wasn't necessarily close to them. I would just see the outside, right? Like the family unit.
Gotcha, yeah.
I just wanted that, right? Like I didn't know anything about all of, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted that, like, because again, growing up without a dad, I had to sort of be the man of the house at an early age, even though my grandfather was really in a huge piece of my life. We had uncles and stuff around, but at the house it's just me, my mom, and my sister. Mm-hmm. So I remember always thinking like, okay, I have to make sure that, you know, we sort of taking care of the best that I can.
Right.
Even though my mom was doing the best she could, you know, getting help from my grandparents and all. It was one of those situations. But for me, like, again, going back to the marriage piece of it, it was just, I longed for like that family unit. So that's why for me, and I see it in my oldest son, right? Like he's grown up obviously in the house, so he knows marriage not perfect because he see me and my wife do it. Yeah. But I know he still wants to be like married like early, want to find the right one, and you know, we at that stage now. I'm trying to tell him, hey, like slow down, my boy, like not yet, right? Like, but I like that he wants that. Mm-hmm. But I think that a big piece of me was just I wanted that sort of unit because I missed it as a kid growing up without a dad. You know, like no one talks about it really. Growing up the way I did, no one, like I said, most people didn't have dads. Right. But like, and we use that, I talk about me, like I use that as motivation, you know, like, okay, like he not here, blah, 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 I'm gonna show him this and that. But it's not healthy for a little boy to be thinking that, you know, like thinking, oh, I gotta prove to my dad that he should be here. And like, that's the side of it that don't really get talked about. But I think piece of it for me was also like, oh, I'm gonna show him how he should have been here for his kids. So like it's sort of, like you said, like it's, no one really teaches or talks about it, sort of like a backwards way of growing up and thinking, but God can turn all that around and give you a, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're gonna be married for 20 and as long as we living, we'll be married. However long that'll be. Yeah, for sure. No, that's good, man, because like you said though, man, like a lot of us didn't grow up with daddies, you know what I'm saying? And even if we did, some of our daddies was what we call is present while absent, right? And you there, you physically there, but you ain't there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that was it for me. Like my stepdaddy was there and you know, he cooked for us, he did that, but it was like he wasn't there, you know? Yeah. And so I ain't think about marriage really until my brother got married. You know, my big brother was my hero, man. I want you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be like him. Everything we did, we got school shoes, I'm getting whatever shoes my brother get. Yeah. And so we, when he got married, man, I'm like, okay. You know, I saw him in a relationship and so all these things, I'm like, all right, well maybe it is
maybe it is okay. Maybe
Yeah.
it is cool. You know what I'm saying? And so when he got married, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, I can do this too.
Yeah.
Because my brother was one that always said, "Oh, I ain't getting married.
yeah.
I ain't, you know,
Yeah,
I ain't
gonna settle
doing
down
this.
with no
I ain't
one
settling-"
woman and all that. Yeah.
And so he was one like that. But when I saw him really, you know, get married and fall in love, I'm like, all right, cool. And so he was really the only example that I had, you know. And so that was a big thing for me. But I know, like you said, you know, with your oldest son, he want that same thing because he see it, and that's a testament to you because you showing him the way, right? He got you that shows him the way. And even with my kids, you know, I said on the last pod was like, MJ's 9, and he my oldest son, and he asked me and my wife when he was like 6 years old, like, how do I find a wife?
Yeah.
You know, and that made me proud.
Yeah.
That made me proud because when I was growing up, I'm pretty sure when you was growing up too, it's all about, oh, you got a girlfriend, you got this.
Yeah. Oh, everybody start with that. I mean, even now, yeah.
Right, so it's all about, oh, you got a girlfriend. And it's like, no, let's not teach that. Let's teach wife, right? Because in my view, I believe if you grow up having a girlfriend and then next week you got a girlfriend.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about
this.
Then
the next month you got a girlfriend. That is setting your mind up for when you get married. If you don't like what she doing, I'm gonna go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think we condition our mind in this society where it's like, oh, if I don't like what you're doing, I'm just gonna move on from you. Right? And so that's what I always admired about the older generation. The older generation, like, nah, we in this thing to the death.
Yeah.
Right?
Good, bad, or ugly.
Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, we in this to the death. But I think the piece that they didn't really get was to talking it out. A lot of times they'll sweep stuff under the rug. And a pastor told me a long time ago, if you sweep stuff under the rug, your grandchildren are gonna trip over it.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's a huge piece for me learning from, you know, watching all the older generation is, hey, we gotta talk this thing out. And sometimes, like, hey, I'll be the first one to admit. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't even want to talk. Right? I'm like, oh, I don't even want to talk. I'll talk about it tomorrow. But then tomorrow I'll be like, maybe she's looking at it. You know, maybe she'll get over it.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk about it.
Ooh, hopefully not. They ain't getting over it. Hey.
Nah, so I think that's what I saw my mama do. You know, I saw my mama just brush it off.
Yeah.
You know, mama, I love you, but, you know, I got to tell it like it is.
Yeah.
And so she would always brush everything under the rug and not address stuff head on. So I had to learn that in my marriage, and my wife helped me a lot. Helped me out a lot with that because she one of them types that's like, hey, we need to take care of this situation.
Yeah.
Now, I might need a few minutes to kind of process it, on her end, but like for me, I'm learning how to address it head on because I go around the corner just to get right there.
Yeah, hey, boy, hey, listen. If we're gonna be honest here, like, again, been married 20 years, I've matured and grown a lot. That's why if you find the right woman, she'll help you do that.
Yeah,
whether
for
you
sure.
want it or not. Like, I remember early in our marriage, like, if I got mad, I grew up, again, single mom, so I've never seen fighting and arguing all that in the house.
Right.
So with me, okay, I ain't gonna yell and argue and all that. I just ain't gonna talk to you. I go 2-3 days, I ain't gotta say nothing to you. We living in the same house. I gotta get in that bed, face the other way, I'm going to bed then. And, you know, obviously that's not the way to do it, but as you mature and grow, you realize, man, like, for the most part, that's why you guys listening, especially you boys, you have to really be prayerfully looking for a wife, because finding the right woman can change the trajectory of your life.
Talk about that.
Man.
Let's jump into that real quick. Let's jump into that.
So before we jump into it, I want to talk a little bit about this whole dating thing, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the whole dating thing, like, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I grew up, it was sort of, so I didn't grow up Christian, so let's be absolutely clear. It was sort of like you're saying, how many girlfriends you could have, how many blah, 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 this and that. So even though I know I wanted to be married, but again, I would see some of the few dudes that were around that were married, they married, but you know, they sort of doing their thing on the side. Correct. And you're like, oh, okay, that's how this works. Exactly. Whether you think that's subconsciously, no one, he never told you that, but that's subconsciously, you know, like, oh boy, he.
Yeah, the hood know.
Yeah, correct. The hood know, correct. The streets talk. The streets always talking.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these kids now, like, they grow up and, you know, again, for me, up to a certain age, 16, 17, ain't worry about ain't talking about no girlfriends and all that. But then once you get to a certain age, obviously you got to start learning how to interact and do that type of thing right there with the opposite sex. And, like my boy, he's at that age now, 17. I'm telling him, hey, get out there. Like, I don't care if you like a girl. That's fine. Like a girl. Like a few of them.
Yeah.
Talk to girls. You know what I'm saying? Do this thing. But don't fall in love and think you fall in love and all that, because I can look back, you can look back. Like, there's a few stories where, we met in high school and we stayed together forever.
Yeah, it is.
But
I'm one of them stories.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's a few of them. But there's plenty of them that, I can't remember. Like, I should talk to that girl. I don't even, like, you don't even know this girl at now.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of that builds them bad relationship habits, right? Especially when you're young, 16, 17, you don't know how to deal with no real confrontation. You really ain't having no real confrontation anyway, but you don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So then you take all this baggage into like a real relationship when you do find that one. So yeah, like I'm sort of, I don't want to say like anti-dating by any means, but like I'm against all this, 12-year-olds, they talking about, oh, she got a boyfriend. Little girl, you 12, go play with some dogs, go play your sport or something. Like, you don't need it. So, like, you kids that listening, all that dating stuff, listen, trust us. It's okay to like the opposite sex. That's part of it.
Yeah, that's how you was designed.
Yeah, correct. That's fine. But, like, you don't need to just be buckled down with one person. Because, again, I think that, especially when you, like us, I feel like we're raising our kids the right way. Not perfect,
right.
But the right way. We teaching them the things we believe in. Most kids grow up in a small circle. Whatever their circle is, like it's small in comparison. If you go to a big school, it's small in comparison.
Right.
So, you meet a girl that you like in 10th grade. Like, you like her. Y'all like each other. Y'all talk, and then families get involved. And, look, they date. Look at Mackenzie. And but then Coach Kent decides, or he gets accepted to the University of XYZ.
Yeah.
Now, Coach Ken goes away to the University XYZ. Old girl, maybe she goes to University ABC. Now, one of them, when they get there, they're going to see people as pretty they've never seen in their life. They're going to be doing things, and again, not necessarily bad.
Right.
But then you realize, I really don't know if I don't know if I really like that person like that. Like, I liked them when it was proximity, but now, because once you become married, like, I could leave my wife for 3 months for something. I know that's my wife, but I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But when you're young and you just dating, and now you go to University of Arkansas from the Rock.
Yeah.
For 3 months, you up there with all them girls and boys, and they calling your name and trying to get at you. You like, well, you can't even remember Gainesville no more.
Yeah.
So I think, like the dating piece is, slow down, kids.
Slow it down. Yeah, don't try and grow it too fast. But like you said, though, it's rare where you get high school sweethearts and they get married. And that was me. Me and my wife, me and Shawana, we got together when we was 15 years old. Yeah. And man, we didn't know what we was doing. Yeah. We just knew we liked each other. Yeah. We was infatuated with each other. And honestly, the first time I thought about marriage was when I met her. The first time I thought about it, man, I saw my brother. I saw my brother with his girlfriend at the time, but literally, I believe it was like a month and a half, 2 months, we had been calling ourselves dating. Yeah. And I text her. I had just got off the phone with her. Oh, but I ain't had a nerve to tell her, that I love her on the phone. Yeah. But I text her, I love you. Yeah. And I text her, you gonna be my wife.
I'm throwing it down. Let her know what time it is.
I ain't know what I was saying. I was just putting some words in.
Correct. Yeah.
But. Now that I'm older and I follow what the words say, right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Yeah. Right? And so I spoke that over her. A lot of people like to use manifest now, right? In which a lot of people don't even know it came from the word. Yep. Manifest came from the word, and they use it for different reasons now. But I spoke that into existence, right? And so I'm like, I did say that. You remember when, and then we talk about it a lot. Like, you remember when I said that? And she was like, yeah. I didn't know what she was going to say. Yeah. But she responded, I love you too. Okay, cool. No, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all I needed. But man, we've had a lot of ups and downs. Yeah. A lot of trials, a lot of tests. But let's talk about the right woman that you picked, though. Right. We was getting into that. But let's talk about the woman that you picked, because in the future, I'm going to have young guys on here or older guys on here that maybe want to get married, is in a long-term relationship, want to get married, or already proposed and they want to know what's going on. And we got to be able to give them the game, because that's a part of the reason why I created this platform too. Is because I didn't have nobody to give me the game. You ain't have nobody to give you the game. We kind of had to bump our head on this wall and on this ceiling and keep bumping our heads till we started to try to figure it out. And if we can save some guys some trouble, for they can have a better marriage quicker, man, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. And so that's one of the reasons why I created it. But the real reason why I think the main reason why this platform came about is because back in 2020 and 2021, to be completely transparent, man, my wife was about to leave me.
Yeah.
She was about to leave, right? Because of some things that I had in me from the past that I never got out.
Yep.
In the marriage.
Yeah.
Right? And so, I was running around on her, not being faithful to her as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
We got married, never did nothing, never cheated on her, but the damage was already done.
Yeah.
And so now I have to face myself, and I got to tell her everything that happened.
Yeah.
And so I let it all out. And I let it out, and she had to decide if she was going to stay with me, she was going to leave me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord that she's still here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was 5 years ago. And after that trouble, man, that trial, probably one of the toughest things I ever had to go through in my life, man. When I tell you I cried for 2 weeks straight, I'm talking 2 weeks straight, and I just talked to God, man. I'm like, Lord, I need a miracle.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take a miracle for this woman to stay with me.
Yeah.
And so I cried out to him, man, and he came through for me.
Look at that. Boy, like they say, won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
What?
And he came through for me, but after that, man, I really had a heart for husbands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Satan always tries to destroy the family. He always tries to take the head, right?
Correct.
And he know the head of the house is the husband, right? Because that's the way that God designed it. The Bible says that God is the head of the husband is the head of the wife, right? And so that's what he tries to take away. And so I'm like, man, I just don't want my boys. I want my boys and my daughter to grow up thinking that it's okay to get a divorce. Now, what we're not saying is if you're in an abusive relationship, all that type of stuff, we ain't saying stay in it. What I'm saying is get out of it. You getting beat on and you getting mentally beat up and all that, there ain't no need to stay. You got to get out. That's not what we saying. What we saying is everyday marital stuff, you got to be able to walk.
You got to be able to fight through it. Again, I believe that one of the big things that you don't really understand before you get married is that, yes, like this person, you love them, you want to spend all this time with them, you get butterflies, they beautiful, all that. But things change when you like move in and live together, when you get married, right? It just change, like it changed.
Yeah.
It changes. And going into it, I would tell young men specifically, you have to be ready to fight for your marriage, right? Like every day. And I'm not talking about just in small things, big things, small things. You got to be ready to fight from the stuff you listen to, the stuff you watch, the women you talk to, the women you don't talk to, the situations you put yourself in. Like all of it comes around, and it's not, again, like it's not big things that start off. Ken, like people think like, no, it's not like you're gonna walk into a hotel room and a woman gonna be in there. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
But it starts off with you go somewhere, you go to a hotel maybe on a business trip, and the first time you go, you see a woman at the bar, you make small talk. How you doing? Nice. Okay, so that's okay. But then next time you go, you see a different woman, but now you've built up the courage to talk to her. Now you're talking to her a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So and then you just play this out over time. Next thing you know, when you going on your trips, you looking for these women to talk to. And then that's just not how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Again, I don't think men really understand how to protect themselves from the world, because it looks weird to people from the outside looking in, right? Like I remember, like my wife and I would put up boundaries. Like for me, like I had no I had no worry whatsoever that my wife is gonna go out there and talk to another dude or something. Like, no. However, if you don't put boundaries in place, anything can happen. Like the enemy could catch anyone slipping.
Yes, sir.
Right? Anyone can catch anyone slipping. So for me, I remember at first my wife used to be like, well, I really don't want you, talking to a lot of women of the opposite sex if I don't know them. And I'm like, well, these girls are my friends before I even know you.
Yeah.
Like what you mean? But then for me, it was like, well, that's not worth the fight, really. Like, girl might call and text me every now and then, but I ain't got to talk to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, as you mature and as you grow, like for me, like business things, like, okay, I'm not me with a woman one-on-one.
Yeah.
I ain't riding in a car with a woman. It's just little things like that.
Yeah.
But it seems weird. It seems weird to the world because you tell, hey, listen, like, I know we work together. We're going to the same place for lunch with the team, but like, nah, you can't ride with me. Correct. Like, you can't ride with me. Like, it just, me and my wife got in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it feel weird and stuff, but like, you protect yourself.
Yeah, them the boundaries that you got to put up.
Because ain't nothing weirder than me driving around. I look over, I see Ken in there with some chick I don't know. My boy, what you doing?
Yeah.
It just, like, the odds don't even look good.
Yeah.
Again, this girl may be happily married, you happily married.
Yeah.
But it don't look good. It sort of hurts the testimony.
That's
right?
it.
So I think that when you're coming into this marriage, especially if, I think anyone, the day they get married, they believe they found the perfect person. And that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Now, you have to be ready to fight like crazy to keep it.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to.
You got to fight like hell.
You do.
You fight.
You do.
Hey, but that's what you were saying, like, right, you got to guard your heart. That's what the words say. The words say you got to guard your heart because the heart is deceitful.
Yep.
So you can't trust your own heart. That's why you lean on God's understanding, right? The Bible says, lean not to your own understanding. And a lot of times we choose to lean on our own understanding. That's why we put ourselves in those situations, because we don't lean on his understanding and put those guardrails up, like you said. We don't put those guardrails up. And so you do find yourself in those type of situations. But like you said, man, you gotta really be intentional, and you gotta fight like hell when you say I do. Because a lot of people think you find the perfect marriage, but no, you grow into the perfect marriage, right? You grow into one. That's why when you say your vows, right? When you the minister up there, they like, hey, the two have become one.
Yeah.
Right? And so when two have become one, it's gonna be some friction.
Correct.
It's gonna be friction.
Correct.
And you gotta dust it off, and you gotta keep sharpening, and you gotta keep going. And that's what I'm learning. My main thing, man, is learning how to put my pride to the side.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big. So like, let's talk about this pride thing. So I think there's a lot of things people really don't get. So like me, just how I'm wired, right? Naturally, like I'm super competitive. I'm driven.
Yeah.
That's been great for me in my professional career, my athletic career. That's let me do things and achieve certain things.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily translate to my marriage. I'm not trying to beat my wife. I'm not trying to one up her. I'm not trying to show her who the boss is. No, but we already we already dealt with that. Like, we already know, like, if we're doing this thing by the word, like you're saying, okay, you the head, but like that don't mean it's just all about you. You get to determine it. And I believe that, man, I would say most times men getting married, again, they don't understand how to take care of a woman.
Yeah.
Right? Again, like, I want my wife, for me, like, I want my wife to have better everything than I have. I want my wife to drive a nicer car.
Yeah.
I want her to have nicer clothes than me. I want her to eat better food than me.
Yeah.
But again, we so prideful and selfish just as an individual, especially men that are driven, right? Like
man.
Like every day you walk out that door, you gotta conquer something, you gotta take it over. But you don't have to do that to your wife. Like she already rocking with you, especially if you got the right woman. She already there for you. Like she wants you to be more successful than anything else in the world. Because I remember, man, before we really got into entrepreneurship, I was working at UF and I was miserable. My wife, she'd always be like, whatever you do, I believe in you. Like, just, she used to be like, just, like, as long as you following God, I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah.
And again, looking back, I'm just like, man, she was really rocking with me when things were tight. Like, they were tight. Like, we ain't had no money, bro. Ain't know what going on.
You eat noodles.
Correct. She loved me the same.
That's it. Come on now.
And that's why, for me, like, my wife, we decided 14, 15 years ago she was gonna be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And like, now it just so happened the Lord has blessed us with finances and businesses and all that, and like that's cool. But at the end of the day, I know my wife rocked with me.
Long way,
right?
Yeah.
Long way. Like she ain't, like all this stuff is cool and is fun. But back when we have it, she treated me the same way. It was like it was the same thing.
And that's the importance of
finding
who you supposed to be.
Correct. My wife never, you know, I'm speaking on my wife. Like my wife have never made me feel like, oh, you need to do better than what you're doing. Now, again, I wasn't lazy. I know some men that are lazy.
Yeah.
So if you lazy, you ain't taking care of your business, well, she should be pushing you to get out there. Like my wife never had to tell me, hey, you need to get up and go. I'm already gone. Well, you wake up, I'm already gone.
Yeah.
So I believe that, you know, like a big piece of finding the right woman is making sure that you guys are really equally yoked and ready when you get married, right? Like, because again, you can look at marriages like, of course, if somebody get married this year, they look at us and be like, oh, I want that. Like, but bro, we 20 years in.
Ooh, listen.
We 20.
You can't compare your seed to somebody else's tree.
You can't.
Ooh.
We 20 years in.
A lot of stuff you ain't see behind them closed doors.
Bruh.
Hey, listen, but you right though, like, and now that, you know, you saying that, I often reflect on when I was in that situation too, right? Like when we moved to Gainesville in 2017, that was probably the roughest time I ever had, man, because I couldn't find a job. I got a degree.
Yeah.
I got a degree. I couldn't find a job.
Yeah.
I'm applying anywhere.
Yeah.
Just give me something.
Yeah. I'm willing to work.
Man, 8 months.
Dang.
8 months. But I was a stay-at-home dad. I had my 3 kids. And, man, they was young. 4, 3, and 1. They was young.
Oh, dead at daycare for real.
Listen, listen, stay-at-home parents, utmost respect. Utmost respect.
Well, mom be holding it down, bro.
The hardest job I ever had.
No break.
No break, no nothing. Even when they go down for a nap, you got to clean up everything.
Correct. As soon as you finish, sit out 5 minutes. Somebody crying in there. Somebody coming out that door.
You hear the house waking up now. They in there napping. The house waking up right now. But my wife, like you said, my wife never made me feel less than. She never made me feel less than. It was me beating myself up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
for sure.
Man, I didn't feel like I was contributing nothing because I've been working since I was 14 years old. And I've been having some kind of money since I was 14. And so I'm like, I ain't got no job, I ain't got no money coming in. Like, I just broke down. I was just talking to the Lord. And I'm like, Lord, your word said, if man don't work, he don't eat. Yeah. You know, and so the Lord told me, he said, what makes you think you ain't working? And I'm like, what you talking about? He said, you raising your kids, you teaching them. My kids learned how to read when they was 4 and 3. Yeah. And they read, they very smart because we did school every day, right? And so he was like, what makes you think you ain't working? Man looks at monetary value. I look at your heart. I look at what you're doing. Yeah. Right? And so my mind was, if I ain't bringing money in, I ain't no value to this family. Yeah. But that was the complete I should have been thinking the opposite way because I did bring value. Just because I wasn't bringing money in didn't mean I didn't add value to my family. And during that time, man, I'm telling you, when we go out to eat, you know, my wife slide a card to me under the table, bro. I'm talking like, it's time to pay, she like this. Yeah. But I'm like, go ahead, pay for it. That's sexy to me. You won't pay for my dinner.
So listen, so now, but before we move on though, before we joke about this, so like you said, oh, I wasn't bringing in money, so I didn't feel like I was doing much. But so we could flip that on the same time. We flip that on the side. Just because you bringing in money,
come on.
Just because you bringing in money,
don't mean you bringing value.
Don't mean you bringing value.
Come on now,
right? So like that's the hard part. Like it doesn't get easier. It's not like, oh, I make all this money, so like, here, woman, you take care of this. No, like you got to be bringing value on both sides as a man. Again, it should be harder on the man. Yeah. We the leaders, right? Absolutely. It's harder on us. It should be. That's part of it. Yeah. That's part of. You got to accept it. You got to accept it, right? That's why you want that perfect. That's why you want that perfect helpmate to help you get through all this. But it's gonna be hard on you. It should be, my boy. Like it ain't no 50-50. It ain't no even, right? Like, oh, she do this. Yeah. Bruh, you. And again, it's not just about money. If you think like you gotta be bringing more value to that relationship than working, right? Than bringing money in. You gotta be helping your wife. Yeah. And I think that,
But then that's why like I always go back to Genesis. I always go back to creation. And I always go back to when Adam and Eve sinned. Right? Who sinned first? Eve did. Eve did. But who did God ask about the sin?
Yeah.
Adam. He didn't ask Eve.
Yeah.
He didn't say, Eve, where are you?
Yeah.
He said, Adam, where are you?
Yeah.
Right? And I believe he gave Adam a way out, a chance to confess.
Yeah, that man blaming it on the he won't stand up and say, hey, I didn't help, like I didn't protect her, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, man, you better ask your girl over there that you sitting out here for me. She the one. Oh, this man's selling out.
You hear me? So that's my thing, man. I always go back. And then just to take it a step, let's rewind, right? Because the Bible says that Eve took a bite of the fruit and then gave it to Adam. So that tells me Adam was standing right there when the snake was talking to Eve.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so if I'm listening to somebody talk to my wife and I ain't feeling what they saying, I'm gonna step in and say something. So now, Adam, you didn't step up and have your wife back and do your responsibility for the first part. Then the second part, you compounding by blaming her. Then the third part, you blaming God too, because He said the woman you gave me.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Now we keep it relevant, right? With what's going on. So I know if anybody watching social media, you've seen that CEO that was at the concert with the girl.
Yeah.
Now this man, the CEO, Andy, whatever name, he trying to sue people. He trying to do all this.
Oh, I ain't see that.
Yeah, he trying to sue Coldplay and all this. Bruh, this is you. Like, what you mean?
You put yourself in that.
This not on Coldplay. It don't matter if a camera crew will follow you around. This is on you, bro. Have you been doing the right thing that God called you to do in your relationship?
Come on.
It don't matter what they record. Somebody can follow me around right now and record it all day.
Yeah.
But again, when you don't take that throne and you're gonna lead your family, of course you mad that God put you on a big screen at a concert when you were 4 states away. Well, who you think did that? Boy, that wasn't no happenstance.
Boy, listen. That's wild though. That's wild. But see, that's the other thing. You got to take accountability. You mess up, take accountability.
That's the best thing to do. Take it quick.
That's the best thing to do. And that, like, when me and my wife were going through that, I say, listen, I can't be mad if you want to leave. I got to accept whatever happens.
Yep.
And if you leave, I can't be mad because I did this.
Correct.
I did this. Nobody else did it.
Correct.
I did it.
Correct.
And so I had to take accountability with that. But no, man, I'm telling you, man, like the one you choose is gonna help you or hurt you, because the Bible says a foolish woman tear down her house, but a wise woman build her house up. Proverbs 31. You better get a Proverbs 31 woman. You hear me?
Boy, you better be praying and asking the Lord for it. But again, I think that we as men, right, like we know that, like we visual, right, like
Yes,
visual. So we want the baddest. We want this beautiful. And again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
So there's beautiful women everywhere. It depends on like what flavor ice cream you like. So so that's not neither here nor there. However, it goes deeper than that, because I've been married for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
My wife looks a little bit different than she did when we got married at 22.
Right.
My wife she don't look worse.
Right.
But she's different.
Yeah.
And she gonna look different when we 62.
Straight up.
But if you only thinking about like one thing only, okay, like that's gonna like when beauty fades, like it says in the
What
world,
you got?
then what you got?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna fade.
You gotta have some substance.
You got to.
Gotta have some substance, man. That's like, for me, man, I look at my wife as like, I'm telling you, like I know you see the memes on social media where it's like, you just stare at your wife and she be like, what you looking at? That's me.
Yeah.
And that's her. And she be like, why you looking at me?
Yeah.
Like, cause you my wife.
Yeah.
That's why, right? And so we was away for a family vacation this weekend in Orlando, and it was like a lazy river and like a little mini water park in the complex we stayed at. And man, when I tell you, it was probably thousands of people in that water park, but I only saw one person.
Yeah.
I'm talking like she coming out, because I'm standing on the bridge. I'm watching my kids in the lazy river, watching her.
Daddy do it, boy.
And she coming down that lazy river, bro. I'm telling you, bro. All I could do is just like, dang. And I promise you, for me, it was like I couldn't see. Everything else went just blurry.
Yeah.
and I just saw her, and I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
like that's me. You feel me? Like that's my wife, and man, she pushed me to be better every day. She pushed me to be better every day. And listen, let me tell you something now. You wanna listen. This for all the young guys, older guys, whoever that's wanna get married. Get somebody who gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Get somebody who gonna keep it a buck with you, because when I tell you, my wife done told me some brutally honest things.
Don't feel good.
Listen, when I tell you she keep it 100, man, brutally honest, but that's what we need.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We might not like it in the moment.
No, yeah.
But our wives, like God know what we need.
Correct.
Our wives know what we need. You know what I'm saying? Because we are wired a different way.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
And that's why I always say, man, like you said, you got to choose your wife, you know, by being prayerful.
Yeah.
Not just by how she look, but you want her to look good too.
You want to look correct. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no wrong. Hey, I ain't telling nobody. If you ever seen my wife, she ain't ugly. So I ain't telling nobody to get fucked. Yeah. Again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So we ain't gonna talk about ugly and all that.
Yeah,
but you gotta find something you like, but it can't just be
on that,
right?
Yeah. Because
there are a lot of beautiful women on the outside. Yeah. On the inside, they dead and nasty.
Ooh, come on.
You don't want that, boy. I take a Sam. I take a Sam on the outside. That's a 10 on the inside, rather than a 10 on the outside and a 5 on the inside.
Yeah, come on.
'Cause boy, your life in it. Boy, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy. Yeah. I think like you mentioned something. You know how you at the park, you see your wife and your kids. You dealing with all that. Like there's something that like the Lord has made us the head of our family to watch them and protect them and like. We were just a week or two ago, we were down in St. Pete and we were out we were out somewhere. Kids, wife, they over there getting water and like I'm just sort of walking around and I noticed like a dude, I could tell. Yeah. I felt bad, but I could tell the dude had like real mental issues. Right. Real. Yeah. So I noticed he pacing. So now me,
you on alert.
Like I'm alert and I carry my bang bang everywhere I go. Everywhere. Even when we're going to the beach, I got that bang bang. So like I noticed this guy though. At first I noticed him, it's not a big deal. But then I noticed him and it's a big deal and I'm just like, man, what's going on? So then I noticed him because then like I ain't one of those, you know me, I ain't one of those I ain't faking and like I'm trying, no, like I'm looking like, bro, what you doing? Like, I want you to know I see you, like what you doing? Then he sort of waved and I was like, okay, like, so now it's getting real because I'm just like, bruh, like let's not do this in front of my wife and kids. Cause I know, I could tell he got mental issues. I could tell something wrong with it. Yeah. I'm like, bro, we don't want to do this out here. Yeah. But then, it started, and then he sort of walks and he leaves. And then sort of, as soon as he leaves, my wife and kid, my wife like, what's going on? Like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, everything good. Yeah. But again, as a man, that's the type of protection you're doing physically and spiritually as well. You got to be praying and fasting and do all that so that by the time before it even gets to your wife and kids, you've already sort of taken care of that battle. Yeah. Right? Because it's already in my man, if I had to shoot this dude out here, like I promise I'm thinking, because I can just see it, I'm like, but this dude got real issues. Yeah. So like, what is he doing? Like, I don't understand, like, what's going on? But then again, it comes back spiritually, like, as the head, as the man, you got to be watching everything, physically, spiritually, financially. You got to make sure you're taking care of your wife and kids. Again, it definitely goes back. Your wife is going to be a huge helpmate. Yeah. But the buck stops on the man. Yeah. Right? Like
you're gonna be responsible for it.
You're gonna be responsible for it.
Yeah, you're gonna be responsible for it. So now let's talk about that a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the wife is the helpmate, right? I always say the wife is the complement to us. And a lot of men think that we're supposed to dominate our wives, right? She's supposed to do whatever we say. But that ain't how it's supposed to work. She's supposed to compliment you. If you mustard, she ketchup. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you a sandwich, she got to be the bread, or you got to be the bread while she the meat, whatever you want, however you want to slice it. Yeah. Right. But she got to be the compliment. My pastor back home, he always say, men are the head, but women are the neck. Yeah. Right. And so that's why I love the shirt you got on. Let me ask my wife. Hey, I'm all about that. Even when I ain't gotta ask her, somebody might say, hey, yeah, come on, let's do this. I'm like, hey, let me ask my wife. Yeah. Yeah. And I think we all do it. If we don't want to go somewhere, let me check my wife. Yeah, boy, that's an easy out right there, boy. Listen, I'll make my wife. Boy, listen. Boy, you gotta find the right woman. Cause see, I know, you know how the world works. So if I go somewhere and I need something, right, and I know if it's a dude up there, honey, going up there and talk to him, I'm gonna stay back.
will you get this for me? And she gonna go talk to him. Hey, can we? Yeah, and he think like, oh, look at this cute woman. Next thing I walk up there, come on, baby, let's go. And he mad. He gonna broke a rule, cause he want to talk to this pretty woman, and he ain't even know I'm in the bushes watching, just trying to get over.
No, man. So like for me, let's talk about finances, right? Finances, man. I think if you're married, you definitely need a joint bank account.
Come on, man. Man, we're gonna lose people on this because finance is my thing. I like this finance thing.
That's why I had to come and bring it to you because I know you the finance dude.
So absolutely, bro. There's no my money, his money. Once you get married, right? Yeah, there's no my. It's our money, and I do believe that most couples, because a lot of times in many relationships, there's a saver and a spender.
Yeah.
In my relationship, I'm the saver, just naturally. My wife know how to spend some money if she don't do nothing else. But I look back to when we first got married, my wife, she really wasn't, like, we didn't have a lot to spend. Yeah. And again, she didn't put that pressure on me, like, I want this, I need my nails done.
Right.
She know we didn't have it, so like, I didn't even know. Then as we started figuring things out, I started figuring out, boy, this girl know how to spend some money, what? but I think that the finances piece keeps the enemy out of your relationship as well.
Okay,
talk to me. Because you think about it. Yeah. Okay, so you had one bank account. Everything goes. Y'all have to talk about y'all have to talk about the finances now because you got to talk about the bills and all that. Blah blah blah. But if you're just doing this whole thing where his money go here, I go there, and then we put it here, and then both of us put X amount here. Well, what about these accounts that Ken can't see?
Yeah.
And I call it financial infidelity. That's what I call this now.
Yeah.
I don't want my wife going to Target buying something that she knows that, man, we probably can't afford.
Right.
Because I've heard it too much. I heard women say, oh, like, he'll never see that. That's coming out of,
yeah.
You know, like, he'll never see it.
Yeah.
Well, now you want your husband to say that, oh, don't worry about it. She'll never see it.
Come on.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So for me, the finances tell a lot about someone's heart, right? Like my guy Dave Ramsey, shout out to Unc. My boy Dave say, people say what they want to say, but if you look at 3-4 months of their bank account, you better tell what they really love.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, like, these finances have to be combined, right? Like, I'm not saying that, finances can't combine and then wife could have a little account with some play money, he could have a little, that's cool. Fine. But just saying like, no, like she had her money, I had mine, it come here and we pay it out of here. No, like I'm gonna tell you right now, men, probably a little bit more than women, they need that extra accountability. Like, they don't let your husband be out there just, he take care of the bills, he take care of it all. Okay, again, it's small things. Like, he may start off like, he never does anything. The next thing you know, he spend a little bit here on something inappropriate. Then that's how people always like, well, I don't, how did she not know that he was paying this? Well, she wasn't tuned into the finances. Everything paid for. She can do what she want to do, so she think everything good.
Everything cool.
And I believe the word talks about it. I know for a fact it's harder the more money you get. People may not understand that because when you don't have enough, you think like, oh no. Like, I've been on both sides.
Yeah.
And it is harder the more money you have because, like, I could be doing some things with my money and my wife would never know just because we sort of have extra in there. So, like, she can look in at any time and all that, but it's extra in there and things can, and so for me, like, that whole financial thing, that needs to be one of the first things that they do when they get married. You need to get that money together. Y'all need to get on the same page, learn how to budget, learn how to do all that. Because, again, you cannot outspend, like, your earnings, right? Like, you can't, right? Like, you can't. Like, you may think, like, well, right now I only make 40, but if I made 100, it would be better.
Yeah.
Like, that's not true. Like, I know people that make 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
And them boys looking for that paycheck the next month.
Yeah.
And I know people that make 3 grand a month that they know how to make it work. They save a little bit. So it has nothing to do with the amount. You got to build up those habits. And I think that, those habits are hard, especially because most people don't talk about, again, I think, like, I believe in church, 2 things I would like to talk about more just openly. Sex and money. I would like to talk about that more openly in church. Sex, that's a big part of a marriage. Not the only part, but it's a big part.
Huge part.
and money.
Huge part.
Right? Same thing with money. If you really get on the same page with both of those, a lot of things take care of themselves. Because when you get mad, y'all get mad. Hey, let's figure this out. Man, go and have a little sex and we'll talk about that. That really wasn't that big of a deal. And then money problems are a big thing, right? Like money get tight, everybody stressed. He working, she working. Like, so I believe that these finances are something, again, that are sort of brushed under the rug. Y'all may make it work, but then your kids gonna come behind and trip over it.
Yes, sir.
So, cause I've just seen too many times, man, couples, you know, both of them stressed, they really don't know, or either one of them stressed because one of them take care of all the finances. And, you know, like, I'm the primary sort of account guy because I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy it. But my wife can see anything at any time. She come to me and say, hey, like, what about this? Hey, like, I even have it set up to, like, well, we spend money, like, we get like a little text message thing on.
From your bank.
So you can see everything I'm spending money. I ain't trying to hide none because, again, I think that's just a way for the enemy to creep in when he doesn't need to. And again, the same thing with these wives, man. I hate to hear it. Oh, he'll never know I'm gonna just do this. Like, I just don't like that. Like, I just don't like it because it starts off with small stuff, then turning the bigger stuff, and then when somebody go off on somebody because they don't got no money and they need to do something important, it's just bad.
So, nah, I like that financial infidelity. I like that. But see, like for me, like you said, you pay most of the bills and all that out of the account. See, like it's the opposite for me. Right. And is we got our one account, but then we got our separate accounts where it's like, all right, this our money, we can go do whatever we want with. You know, but it comes from that main account. So it's not coming to the side account, then going there. It's coming here. We both can see it. And it's like, hey, babe, I'm going to transfer $50 or, you know, whatever. And I'm going to get this or I'm going to do that. And cool. You know, and that's how we do it. But my wife, she take care of most of that type of stuff. Because she is better with money than I am. And hey, whatever works for your marriage works for your marriage. It ain't no set thing.
Man,
to do
it though. I love taking care of the finance. I take care of somebody else's finance. They let me. Boy, I love it. Like so to me, there's just something about it, right? Like even when, like again, like I just think that like your finances, because at the end of the day, money make the world go round. Right? Like if you learn how to manage your money, eventually you're gonna have more money than you need, right? Like eventually, maybe not in the beginning, but if you really learn how to spend less than you make, that's something that carries over long term. Because everyone always say, I grew up hearing that. Well, I could just like my family. Well, I need to make a little bit more money. You know, I gotta work more, and which at times you do. But it can't be. I just have to work more for 30 years. I gotta work overtime. No. You got to figure out how to. You got to figure out how to let go. You got to figure out how to get some expenses down there. And again, that means that maybe you don't drive that car. Maybe you don't get to go on a vacation like everybody going. Y'all get to go to the pool and come back home. Like, but again, social media sort of makes people do a lot of things because you'll look at something and you'll say, "Whoa, man, look, Sherman just came back from Mexico. Now that boy going to Italy. That boy really doing it big." Well, of course I can take my family to St. Augustine for a week. No, you can't, my boy. You ain't got no money to take the family to St. Augustine for a week.
Straight up. But see, that goes with the same thing when we talking about marriage behind closed doors, right? Nobody saw the sacrifices that you made to pay off what 200.
Man, 200 people took all my money, $200,000 in debt.
Right, in what 18 months?
I can't remember, something like that. Like
So nobody saw your sacrifices. Though. You know what I'm saying? The sacrifices where y'all didn't want to go out to eat. Y'all couldn't go out to eat. You couldn't drive the cars that you wanted. But then now they see you flourishing. They see you buying the things that you want. And then these are the people that get on my nerves. Or it must be nice. Yeah, it is nice because I made the sacrifices that were supposed to be made in order for it to be nice for me. Right? Because a lot of people don't want to make those sacrifices.
Well, so I want you to hold your thoughts. So like, here's the thing. I think that a lot of people, like you're saying, a lot of people don't see the sacrifice. Like everyone, like once we paid off the debt and went on Dave Ramsey National News, like there were people that obviously didn't know me in the comments. They talking about like this must be fake. Like he must come from money. You know, how did he? Like on average, it was about $14,000 a month or something. And they were like, most people don't even make that make that. You know, so how can he pay that off? And I think. I mean, I just say it's the favor of God. Okay, hey, listen, I never made this much money either. I don't know how it happened, but it's happening. But on the flip side, I think that, people always say, well, if I had this, I would do that. Well, it's not necessarily true. There were times I was right, like I was sending Sally Mae a month, like $18,000 at one time. I got to send them all my money.
Yeah.
I'm mad, angry, but I did it.
Yeah.
And that's why people be like, well, if I had that, well, you say that, but you ain't even doing it with a little bit you got.
Come on now.
You
Come on
could
now.
send them 100.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah.
Correct. So just because, yeah, it's easy to say, oh, well, if I had that much, I would do it.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you do it with the little bit that you have?
Yeah. Well, that's stewardship.
Correct.
Right? Go back to the word.
Correct.
Stewardship. You got to be able to steward your money. You got to be able to steward your marriage. You got to be able to steward all these things, though. So, that's good. That's good stuff, though. You got to know. You have to know yourself, but you got to be disciplined enough to say, hey, even though it's going to hurt for right now, down the road, it's going to be okay.
Boy, I'll tell you, it hurt. Listen, boy, we paid off that debt, and like, when I was going through it, I had a couple of friends that knew what was going on, so I'm talking to them when I get frustrated and mad. Because, it took us, man, what did we pay off? We paid off 200-some thousand in, whatever, like some months, like just say 20 months, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of money, and I remember saying like, bro, like this is not right? Like I'm spending, like I'm working, I'm figuring some things out, but like these people, like all the money going there, right?
Yeah.
So it was painful at the time. But then I remember vividly when I made that last payment, Sally Mae gave me like a little confetti thing on the screen. I was happy about that because everything said 0.
Yeah.
However, though, that next month, I remember like it was yesterday. Now I'm used to paying $14,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month.
Yeah.
That next month, that money didn't go out, and I remember thinking like, oh, this was good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the right decision. Yeah, it was painful. Like, yeah, it hurt. It sucked at the time. But now, so like for us financially, like that was one of the best things that we could have done for our marriage. Like you're saying though, everyone says whatever they want to say, but like it's gonna be painful.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be painful. Like that refining.
Yeah.
Like like everything gets better in that fire, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in the fire, like no fire feel good, but if I burn my skin, don't feel good.
Yeah.
If I burn a piece of glass, like it's hot, it's not pleasant, but like you can create some beautiful things out of that.
Absolutely.
So for us, I think that talking about these finances, it just brought me back. I remember, bruh, paying off that debt. Like at the end of it, it was great, but going through it, like it sucked at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was fun because I could see the numbers going down.
Yeah.
But overall though, like it sucked.
Yeah.
Like it absolutely sucked.
Yeah. You either got to sacrifice now or sacrifice later.
Correct.
You got to pick it. Like a lot of people say, hey, you got to pick your heart.
Yep.
Choose your heart.
Yep.
You can choose it now to sacrifice it, or you can choose it later, and it might not be the results that you want. So that's what I always tell people: you got to sacrifice. But no, that's good stuff. I got a section on the pod, man, where I want you to fill in the blank.
Okay.
Right. Fill in the blank when I say this phrase.
Okay.
And then you tell me, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
All right. Here's the phrase: marriage is fill in the blank.
Beautiful and challenging.
Okay.
So let's talk about it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the challenging first. It's challenging because at times a lot of the right things you should do go against everything that's just naturally, internally in you, right?
Yeah.
Like it's challenging in that fact. Like it's challenging at times honestly, for me as a husband, just wife have a bad attitude, she having a bad day, me just shut my mouth and like just let her go, like just let her have it. Like she mad about something, honey, what you need? Like I don't know, like I don't get why you mad, I don't get, but like what you need from me?
Yeah.
That's challenging.
That's tough.
Like that's tough, right? It's challenging having to provide, especially sole income earners like men. I don't care, bro. Like I don't care how much money you made. Like you feel that weight of like, hey, bro, if I don't get this,
Yes, sir.
it ain't getting got because we've decided that my wife gonna take care of our kids because our kids are more important than any amount of money. So even if we have to go down to a little bit, I still want her at home with these kids because these kids, the next generation, they need.
And that's a weight that a wife will never know how it feels.
Correct.
Even if she the sole breadwinner, right? That the weight of a husband.
Yep.
The weight of a husband, nobody but a husband can understand.
Yeah.
Right? And that's another reason why this platform is so important to me because we can talk. We
Yeah.
listen. No matter your race, no matter your religion, no matter where you live in the world, I believe husbands go through the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's like nobody ever feel the weight of a husband. Nobody ever feel the weight of feeling like at times you don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or go through the weight of I'm doing everything I can and it still ain't enough.
Ooh, boy. I bet, boy.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that is like, dang, but what about me?
Yeah.
But as a husband, I'm like that's my whole thing. I have to catch myself on the what about me's, right? Like you said previously, that's what we supposed to do.
Correct. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
It's on us.
And no, you ain't gonna get no cookie because you doing what you supposed to do.
Correct.
You know, and so I had to wrap my head around that, or I had to get out of the entitled mindset because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. This what you supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like, man, nobody ever feel the weight of what a husband really feeling in his heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't gonna tell our wives everything because
Correct.
we don't want her to feel that weight.
Correct.
You know, so but nah, that's the challenging part.
Yeah, that's the challenging
That's the
part.
challenging part.
Now the beautiful part,
Yeah.
man, I mean, so the beautiful part is you have someone that's really like ride or die for you, right? You have the right woman like Shawana, Christina, like
Yeah.
I know for a fact my wife would die for me.
Straight up.
Right? She'd die for me. And I always tell her, I said, you ain't gotta protect me. Like,
Come on,
I
man.
always tell my wife that, like we go to a restaurant, she's like, honey, it's fine. Like you ain't gotta protect me. I'm
Yeah.
a man. Like I can take care of this. But I love it though.
Yeah, straight
I
up.
love it though. But I'm like, you ain't got. I have one.
Yeah.
Like again, it's beautiful because you get to share your life with someone that's just on board with
Yeah.
you, right? It's beautiful because you get to. If you guys decide to have kids, you get to raise kids together.
Yeah.
It's both. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Like you and your kid, like my kids do stuff. I'm just like, bro, you ain't get that from me. And
Yeah.
your kids be like, oh, that's me right there. But like, it's beautiful though. Like
Yeah.
the kids calling us mom and daddy. You know.
Yeah, man.
So yeah. And then physically,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Like, we got to talk about it.
Straight
Bro,
up.
beautiful. Bro, you find the right woman, boy.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful woman. Y'all get to hang out, have sex, go across the world, and just like it's just beautiful to be able to just share all these experiences with someone because I believe, like the older we get, and we're gonna start to get a little bit off topic. Like for me, it would be a failure in my eyes for me to be. Right now, I'm 42. Right,
Yeah.
like it would be a failure in my eyes for me to turn 50, and me and my wife divorced.
Yeah.
I got a young chick.
Yeah.
My kid, like to me,
Taking
that's
all your money.
Correct. Like to me, that's a failure, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's why for me, like I'm hard. Like I'm hard on men,
Yeah.
right? Unless you got a wife out there, doing a few core things, like she tricking, she just don't want to deal with you. But most women not like that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, unless you got a wife out there just doing crazy stuff, when I see a couple getting divorced, I automatically say it's on the dude.
Yeah.
Like it's on the dude. Again, there's a few things where I probably give you a pat, but for the most part, it's on you, bro.
Absolutely.
You ain't done something right somewhere. You haven't dug deep enough somewhere. Because I would tell my wife, bro, you try to leave me, I'm chasing.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't giving up on me. Like, I'm trying to make it work.
Listen. Your wife is a reflection of you.
Correct.
And so whatever she giving you, if she giving you something that you don't like, that means you giving it to her.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's funny because when we was going through our turmoil, in that process, my wife told me, man, she said, hey, print the divorce papers out.
Ooh,
Listen, that's what she told me. She said, you get free printing that word. print divorce papers out. Yeah. And I told her this. I said, no, I'm not. Because if you want a divorce, you going to do all that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I said, listen.
Yeah.
I said, because when we was going through it, man, I'm talking about, I called my spiritual father. I called him. I'm like, yo, she finna leave me.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
She finna leave me. He said, son, you got to die to yourself. And you got to die for your wife every day.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. And I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to fight for you every day.
Correct.
I'm going to fight for you every day. I said, even if you leave me.
Correct. That boy, I be telling my wife, boy, you could divorce me and then get what?
we gonna get married again.
Correct. I'm going to be dating. I'm going to be sliding in your DMs. I ain't giving up.
Straight up. That's what I told her.
Up.
I say, listen, I'm going to fight for you every day. Even if you don't want me.
Correct.
I'm going to fight for you every day because you worth fighting for.
Yep.
because you were fighting for. And it wasn't nothing about like me thinking about, oh, she gonna be with somebody. It ain't nothing about that. But it's about I want you were fighting for, because that's who I married.
Yep.
That's who I married, and so that's the beautiful part of it, right? Like that's my thing too. Is like we can't put all of our energy into the kids, and then when they leave,
okay,
now we getting a divorce.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this right quick. We're going on a little take. Look, I'm starting to take over. So, couples, like when you get married and you start having kids, or if you get married and you guys had kids, you have to like my kids. You can ask my kids right now, who does daddy love more?
Yeah,
you or mommy?
Yeah.
All my kids gonna say, mommy.
Straight up.
Right? Like it's probably like they know. And we started taking little weekends and trips while the kids were young, so that they knew like, hey, like mom and daddy gonna get away without y'all.
Yeah.
Don't mean we don't love y'all. And like they used to, I remember when they were younger, they used to say, well, why can't we go? No, this is just mom and dad. Now, like again, we've been doing it for about 10 years. Now my kids, like it's nothing. They just know. If mom and daddy leaving alone again, we can't. Cause we'll be like, oh, we finna go here. They'll be like, are we going on this one? Because they never know. Cause they know sometimes they going, but sometimes they not.
Yeah.
Because again, if you don't, cause at the end of the day, these kids gonna grow up.
They gonna grow up.
It don't matter what you think. These kids gonna grow up. They gonna leave. They gonna do what they want. They gonna live their life.
Yeah.
Then it's just you and this woman at the house.
Come on now.
And if y'all haven't built a relationship,
it's gonna end bad. And like you said though, like it's important to tell your kids, hey, my wife come first.
Yeah.
My wife come first, because if I have to step in, anything that go on, like my wife might tell, one of the kids, hey, go upstairs and do this. And if they don't do it fast enough, if she got to say it one more time, and I'm in there, hey, what my wife told you to do?
Yeah.
I ain't saying what your mama told you to do. Yeah. No, what did my wife tell you to do?
Yeah.
She told you to get upstairs. She shouldn't have to say it but one time. Now, if it happened again, and my wife tell you something, not me and you gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Now we gonna have a problem because you're not listening to what my wife said, right? And so I always tell them that though, like for real, like, hey, listen, where they play fighting or whatever, my wife like to be rough too. Yeah. She'll pick one of them up, whatever. And the way I teach my kids is one of y'all fight, everybody better fight.
One fight, everybody
one fight, everybody better fight. And if y'all don't, we gonna have a problem.
Yep.
Right? And so when somebody might come running down the aisle, I say, hey, you don't want to do that. Don't touch my wife.
Yeah.
Don't touch my wife. So like it is important to let these kids know, listen, my wife is here before you.
She gonna be here after you.
She gonna be here after you. So let's make sure we doing this the right way. Yeah. And y'all understand that my wife comes first. Because if your spouse comes first, it trickles down.
And I see it a lot of times. I hate to say it, like we see it, man. Like I see it. Like again, I think it's like that's definitely a tendency, I think, to be more on the woman because she's more motherly and that type of thing right there. So, but I see it though, like at times, like, dudes would be like, man, I can't even get, like I can't get away with my wife because she worried about the kids, or we can't do this because the kids, or we can't do it because the kids. Man, forget these kids. These kids will be all right, bro. Nah, I ain't saying you just leave your kid with it, but like, the kid gonna be all right. If you in a small, like you in a circle, somebody will let you get away for. Even if it's one night, somebody let you and your wife get away for a full day and a night.
Hey, y'all go downstairs. Go ahead.
Like,
see, I told you the house waking up. We live real life around here. I got 10 of them in the house today.
10 of them? Them twins?
Yeah, we got them. My nieces, they twins.
I'm about to say, boy, look like twins.
Hey, we live real life.
But no, I think that like that's a big point that really has to be harped on. Is that it takes work, man. And yes, when those, cause for most, depending on how you have it spread out, you talking about 25-ish years from 0 to 18. That's if you have one. Then if you have them, so we talking about 25 years. If you don't really nurture that marriage, so for 25 years y'all don't worry about these kids. And then when these kids up and go, you like, I don't even know you. Like, what?
That's the thing.
Like, that's the thing. Well, that's weird. Like, what's going on?
You gotta have that in a long time.
You have to be intentional.
Even if it's 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, you gotta have it because it's so important. Because them kids gonna leave, like you said, they gonna leave. Yeah, you can go ahead and get a snack, son. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to be intentional. Like you have to
be intentional, and that's something I can be better at.
Yeah.
Cause I got 4 on.
But that's something. I would say, like you were talking earlier. I would say for me, I've always like I'm big on like memories and stuff. So like for me, like I'm great at that. Mm-hmm. Something I'm not great at, like you were saying, if my wife had to say something, and she had to say it twice. I'm just like, bro, just go, like, just, bro, like,
Yeah.
not if I have to get involved, like, most of the time I'm mad, not because I'm the, but like, I'm not great about that, right?
Yeah.
Like, at times I hit my wife dealing with something, I'm just like, all right, she got it. But that's really not the way it should be. I'm just being
Right.
transparent. It should be like, if I hear my wife say something, I'm gonna jump up immediately. I'm gonna take care of it because, again, especially as the kids start getting older, there's nothing like the wrath of daddy, right? I ain't no yeller, I ain't no screaming, all that. But when I get up, the kids know, like, hey, bro, if I say it,
Yeah.
like, I only gotta say it once, cause you know, like, I choke slam you. So
It's something about that father's voice, right? Like
Correct.
for me, like all I gotta do is just raise my level a little bit.
now you got a little thing you do with them, no? Like a sound or something.
yeah. When I call them,
Yeah.
that's when I call them. When I hit that little, I hit that.
Boy, them kids be
They
hitting them,
already-
boy, they be in Disney World, boy, they hear that sound. But
Hey,
I
yo.
hear that, it had me looking out like, kid around here, bro.
But yeah, that's a little call. And I will encourage all dads, man. Hey, get your little call that you got for your kids for real. Because you never know where you're at. And you never know when you're going to need their attention.
Yeah.
But you don't want to bring attention.
Correct.
Right? And so, we was at Disney World actually in May. And we was there with some of our friends. And they was like up ahead. And one of my kids kind of just ran past me to go up with my wife. But it was people, you know.
Yeah.
And so I made that call. And then my wife was like, they turned around and look at you. I said, yeah. I said, so look, everybody in my family, my wife included.
Not your fan. I know the call. Boy, I hear that. I know Ken calling somebody. What? I know.
Hey, but it's a thing though, right? It's like that subtle call where everybody attention go here where my daddy at, right?
Correct.
Because you never know when it's gonna come in handy. So I always just encourage dads, man, get you something.
Because your call, like, it's not loud, obnoxious, so like you wouldn't know unless you hang around you enough to see it.
Right.
So like it's not like a sound that like anyone would recognize.
Right.
But I've been around you so much that when I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, Ken, someone calling somebody.
Yeah, right. And that goes to, I always try and bring it back to the word, right? It's my Tree of Life Bible, y'all. Like I love this Bible right here, man. It got a lot of the Hebrew words in there, right? But the word says, my sheep know my voice. It is snack time. Go ahead, get a snack, son. Go ahead. I'm still doing it. Go ahead. It's okay. But the Bible says my sheep know my voice, right? And so my kids know.
Yeah.
They know my voice, right? And so that call, man. That call is good. But let's finish it on this, man. This is where my Bible is bookmarked. Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5:21. And in this Bible, the Tree of Life Bible, it says orderly relationships, and it says marriage, right? And it's talking about submitting, and it says also submit yourselves to one another out of reverence for Messiah, that's the Lord. Wives, to your own husbands as to the Lord. So for all y'all people out there that say, oh, you meant to have multiple wives. Nah, this is what the words say. Wives, to your own husband. That's what it say. As to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Messiah also is head of his community, meaning the church, the body of Christ. Himself the Savior of the body. But as Messiah's community is submitted to Messiah, so also the wives to their husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, just as Messiah loved his community and gave himself up for her, to make her holy, having cleansed by her immersion in the word. And so I think about this, and what this means is simply, we see where, husbands might say, well, I don't feel loved. I don't feel, and that's valid.
Yeah.
That's valid. But if you're a follower of Jesus, not just say you're a Christian, if you follow Jesus, if you live what his words say to the best of your ability every day, this right here, nothing in the word says where your wife have to love you. And I want y'all to fact check me on that. Fact check me. It says respect.
Correct. Because I was going to say correct. I was just going to say that correct.
It says respect your husbands. Correct. That's what the word says. But the Bible tells husbands to love our wives, because if we love them correctly, they going to respect us.
Correct. I think that's a big thing, right? Like, I think that's a big thing. Most men, they'll be okay with all lovey-dovey, but they won't respect.
Absolutely.
And women, they equate respect with, I'm going to treat him a certain way, which in turn we're going to feel loved. But again, I think, like this, like the word really, like we really get into it, and really look at what it means to be a husband, right? Like it challenges you to be a man, right? Like there's like there's times that your wife may say something that's wrong because she's human, and it may hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But as a man, you don't get to you don't get to bow up and nah. Like that ain't what a man does.
Nah.
Right? Like there's nothing like me. Like just when I'm laid back. I mean, if you friends with me on social media, you should be if you're not. But like you'll see like people say a lot of stuff to me, and like I don't take any of this stuff personal because like I always joke around.
Yeah.
Half of the stuff I talk about on social media, these people would really hang out with me and like me.
Yeah.
If they could get over some of my views, right? Because man, people are people.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to, like you're saying, for men, it's about respect. You know, that's why I'll never disrespect the man. Because to me, like, you disrespect the man, you asking for smoke in the city.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. So yeah, Ephesians 5, it tells us, husbands, love your wives the way that Christ loved the church and died. And the NLT version says, and gave himself up and died for the church, right? Jesus died on the cross for us. That means we got to die on the cross for our wives. And so I'm still struggling with that a little bit, you know? And matter of fact, let me take that back. I'm still struggling with that a lot of bit. A lot of bit, because I got to die to myself every day for my wife. And I'm selfish. Yeah. I'll be the first one to admit it. I am not the perfect husband. I'm looking in the camera right now. I am not the perfect. In fact, I might be in the bottom tier. But I'm working on it, right? And that's what matters. Is I'm working on it and I'm getting better. And I'm working on it. But one thing I will say, nobody ever say I don't love that woman. Yeah. Nobody won't say that. I can tell you that. My kids tell you that. Yep. They'll tell you that for sure. But no, man, Sherman, man, I appreciate you for sitting down in the chair.
It was good.
Chopping it up,
it was
man.
Good.
Hey, we'll catch you. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that. Follow us on social media, Marriage Is Podcast. Hey, until next time, we'll see you.